All right, good evening, everybody. I've tried to record this video for you so that, especially because the last video was lagging when we are all on live class. And so I started by saying you must open your account. You must open account with Deriv. Open account with Deriv, and then you open an account. You must open account with if you open account with FOREX. That's HFM, then you open an account with Xness. Open an account with Xness. And all three accounts, there's a reason for opening them. Okay, I like it to trade synthetic indices on Deriv, even though you can trade many other instruments on Deriv too, but I like it to trade synthetic indices on Deriv. You trade volatility, trade step index, trade crash and boom, trade jump, and a host of others. But then on HFM and XNI, that's where I wanted to trade currency pairs, because I wanted to separate the account. It will help you. It will help you psychologically. It will help you to monitor your progress, help you to monitor your, you have plans, and then you could have different instruments traded on different MetaTrader. Then you open Xness account. For example, Deriv does not have this particular instrument that is always very interesting to me. I remember I wanted to take that trade this afternoon, but then as I was clicking the buy, it was telling me server was having, so you're having USA 100. This is what we call NASDAQ. This is what we call NASDAQ. I like you to trade NASDAQ, but Deriv does not have NASDAQ, but you can trade it on HFM. I trade this so much on HFM. So, and I told you that just go to our website, apicts.net. Then all the links, you will see an icon for Deriv is there. You will you click on it. You see an icon for Deriv, you click on it, you open Deriv account. You see an icon for HFM, you click on it, you open account. A lot of you have done that. Actually, a lot of you have done that from the screenshots you were showing me. And what I wanted to do now is that when you open those accounts, when you open the MetaTrader accounts, both live and demo, I wanted to open live and demo and log in all the accounts on the MetaTrader. I wanted to choose MetaTrader 5. Don't choose MetaTrader 4. Choose MetaTrader 5. It's more flexible, it's more updated, it has better tools for you to use. I remember in those days when we were using MT4, when MT5 came, and I didn't want to shift to MT5, but the day I shifted to MT5, I discovered it was sweeter than MT4. So MT5 is much better, more flexible. So many things you can do on MT5 that you cannot do on MT4. So choose MT5, and then so log in your account. And how do you log into your account? How do you log in at on MetaTrader? Especially if you have not been doing that before. So when you log into your account, for example, when you open Deriv, Deriv will send you an email after you have opened a demo account and then you have opened a real live account. They will send you demo. Your login will be. They will send you an email. Your login will be in the email, and then your server will be in the email. And then all you do is just copy the login. But below that email, or if you don't see in your email, you log into your account again after you have opened the account via the website. Then you can now log into your account at any time by going to www.deriv.com. Then you log in with your email and password, the same email you used to open when you are opening it on our website. You log in there, then inside your account, below it you will see MetaTrader 5 icon. then you click on it. First of all, the right does not use MetaTrader 4. It is you cannot trade. The right has never used MetaTrader 4 before. Right from the beginning, the right have been using MetaTrader 5. So you click on MetaTrader 5 icon. If you are using an Apple product, you click the icon for the Apple. Or if you are using Windows system, you click the icon for the Windows system. If you are using Android phone, you click the icon for the iDo, that you download it. Please download it via from your own account. It's only problematic for those who go to Play Store or go to Google to download it. It's only very problematic because they may be downloading the one from another broker. It's very difficult for them to change and the like. They always having a problem. So you download from your account, then then you click login or add account. You put in your MT5 login, then you put in your password, then you select your server. You select your server and you do the same thing for HFM, do the same thing for XNES. You will always have the link to download all these MetaTrader from your account on all those broker websites. Don't go to Play Store or don't go to Google. And if you try it on Google, if it works fine, no problem. But it's very easier to just do straight from the website like that, or from your own account on each of these broker's website. Okay, so you put in your password, you put in your, and I want you to screenshot after you have logged in both your demo. Some people have been doing that actually. After you are logged in both on your demo and real account, send me the screenshot. Let me see that you've already logged in. Let me see, all these accounts will show your name. Just send it to me as DM or send it to the admin WhatsApp number in the DM. Then want to be sure that you are making progress, especially if you're a newbie. See, the concept of this class for the newbie, a total newbie, someone who has never traded before, a chick, a chick that has never traded before but aspire to be a profitable trader, in the future. So I'm setting that standard. I'm setting that foundation for you. Okay, so let's delete all this. So I said, yesterday we're talking about these the different aspects of financial markets. And I told you that what people know is Forex, but beyond Forex, above Forex, rather than Forex, is what we call financial markets. Financial market encompasses every aspect. Forex is just an aspect of financial market. And I said, so I actually want to show you what I mean by that in this place. For example, if you log into your account on MetaTrader and then you come to view, by the left hand corner, top left hand corner of your screen, you will see view. Then when you click view, and then you will see something like this on your screen, and you can see on top here, you see Forex, then you see metal and energy, then you see indices, you see commodities, you see bonds and stock, you see ETF, you see crypto. All these together is what we call the financial markets. Then Forex is just one of them. You can see Forex has its own box here. So when you click Forex, then you see the currency pairs. We call this one currency pairs. See the Euro USD, you see the GBP USD, you see USD CHF, you see USD JPY, USD CAD, AUD USD, and AUD NZD. Then you have the AUD CAD. Then you have AUD CHF, AUD JPY. Then you have CHF JPY, Euro GBP, and then Euro AUD, and you have them plenty like that. GBP JPY, you have all of them, plenty like that. As many as the broker is subscribing to. Look at it on even USD and that's US dollar versus naira. Which one is naira dollar? Can you imagine? These people put naira dollar. My goodness. US dollar versus naira dollar. It's supposed to put Nigerian naira. Now Nigerian naira is supposed to put here. Which one is naira dollar? We don't have naira dollar in Nigeria. But then it's supposed to be USD versus Nigerian naira. Okay, so then you have metals. If I click metal, I have sports. Under sport, that's the metals and energy. The sport here means energy. The energy is we have the UK oil, that's Brent crude, Brent oil, and then you have US oil. And so this is anywhere that wants to trade crude oil, this is where you will come to. You can discover that crude oil is not under Forex, but it's also a commodity. It's also energy. It's under energy. It's also something you can trade on financial markets. Okay, then we have gold and silver. Over here now you have gold. Gold is XAU USD, gold spots. Then we have the silver, XAG silver spot. Then you have the silver versus euros. That's silver euro. Then you have gold versus euro. But the most popular one there is the gold spot. That's gold. That's XAUUSD. Is the one of the most traded metal in the world. One of the most traded metal in the world. Okay, so then we have futures. Then we have, after future, we have indices. I love this place, indices. Now, why am I taking that time to show you this? You see, not everybody trade currency pair that are so popular. Not everybody trade currency pair. I've seen people who have made millions of dollars, especially in the Western world, in America, in UK, in Canada, and they don't even trade currency pairs. They've never traded currency pair all their life. They've been exposed to futures. They've been exposed to indices all their life, and they're making it cool. I called a friend yesterday who, a trader friend. We have not spoken in about 2 years. And yesterday I called him. I was like, "Hey, how you doing, bro?" And then we got talking. But then in the midst of the talk, I was talking about, what do you trade now? He said, I'm not trading. I don't trade currency again. No, I don't trade currency pairs again. No, and I trade stock. I said, okay, stock. I said, what do you say? What does that say? I trade Apple. I trade Tesla. I trade Facebook. I trade Google. I was like, wow. Then he said, I trade Nasdaq. I was like, wow. I said, I don't take currency. It's like it's like my hand. Not too good well with the currency pairs. I was like, wow. I just smile. See, it's your choice. You can choose to trade anything. You can choose to trade anything. I've seen people who trade platinum. I've seen people who trade just gold alone. I've seen people who trade US 30, the Jones. And then they're making it big. They're making it big, seriously big. They don't trade currency pay. So the job I'm trying to achieve at this moment is to expose you to every aspect of the financial market. To have features here, you can see EU50, FRA 40, that's German 40 index, and then you have Netherlands 25, you have UK 100, and then US 100 futures. Anytime you see some of these things, they're just a combination of companies that come together. For example, if you have UK 100, these are the top 100 companies in UK. They are putting, they have futures. For example, if you say Nasdaq is just the first 100, the tech companies in America put themselves together and create a stock that you can trade, like that. So we have sports here. So we have, okay, under indices now, these are the ones that I trade. All those ones in yellow, that's the one that I marked out. So we have US 100, that's Nasdaq, is under indices. Indices. You have US 100, you have US 30, Dow Jones. Boy, I love Dow Jones. Boy, Dow Jones respect price action like crazy. And Dow Jones, this is the top 30 companies in America, and this is the top 100 companies in America. So they are just companies coming together, and then and then you can trade those companies. So it's as good as that. So they are under indices. You also have S&P 500. Very, very important. S&P 500 that you can also trade. It's also a very popular, indices that people trade all over the world. Then on that, the next one is the next one we are seeing here. The next one we are seeing here is commodity. Under commodity, commodity is more like saying agriculture. Commodities. It's more like you're talking about agriculture. So under commodity, you have the cocoa, you have the coffee, you have the copper, you have the cotton, you have the palladium, we have the platinum. Like I mentioned the other time, platinum. I know somebody that trades platinum and has made a lot of money, a lot of profit online. And so it's just your choice. This is sugar. Somebody can trade sugar. People can trade almost anything. People trade Tesla. You can buy stock, buy this and buy that. People trade Google, Apple. I used to trade Alibaba. I used to trade Facebook. I used to trade Apple and Google in those days. I don't know. It's been a while. I traded those stocks, and then you have bonds. You have bonds. They are more like government owned. So you have EU bond, that's European Union bond. You have UK UK GIL, and then you have US 10 years F, and the like. So, and then you also have stocks here. You have stock, you have AMS, you have DUB, you have ETR, you have LSC, you have MA, you have NAS, then you have NYS, you have PAR, and a whole lot of others like that. Okay, you have ETF. Then another interesting one is the crypto. You have crypto here. Under crypto, we have the major crypto. Major crypto are talking about Cardano versus US dollars. Then we have, the interesting one that interests me, I thought BTC USD, then BNB USD. Then we have the DOTS versus USD. You have Ethereum, you have Litecoin, then you have the link, the chain link versus USD. Then you have rupees, Ripples versus USD. Then you have SOL USD. That's Solana. Boy, I love Solana. I remember it was when I lodged in one hotel in one of those cities that one of my students came to see me in the hotel and boss, do you know Solana? I said, which one is that one? I said, another cryptocurrency. It's been a while. I said, which one is that? They, people are making it big in there. So I said, okay, let's open the chart and analyze it. So when I got back home, I remember the subsequent 2-3 weeks I traded that particular crypto, Solana versus USD is very interesting. So, these are the main, this, you can also trade crypto, trade Solana, trade Litecoin, trade Bit. These are the ones that I mark how I trade, but you can trade any of them. And the principle I'm going to be teaching you by the end of this 15 days training, the principle I'm going to be teaching you is applicable everywhere. It's applicable in all the chart because it's naked trading I'm going to be teaching. I'm going to be teaching you price action that you can master any instrument of your choice at any time. So the strategy works anywhere. The teaching I'm going to be putting you through works in any of these instruments. Then you have the minor cryptos, you have the Avalanche versus USD, you have the Tron versus USD, you have the Fetch versus USD, you have ICP, Internet Computer versus USD, you have Near USD, and like that, and many of them like that. You have the exotic, then you have the cross. I love this cross. The cross is when the BTC crosses a currency. You have BTC versus silver, BTC versus gold. Then you have Bitcoin Cash versus Australian dollar, Bitcoin Cash versus Canadian dollar. You have Bitcoin Cash versus Euro and the like. That's a cross. So many interesting things. They are all there, many and plenty. All there. You don't have to trade what everybody is trading, especially after you have formed your own personality. Some personality that can just put on the trade and just watch it for weeks upon weeks upon weeks upon weeks. If that's what you want to trade, you might find one of these commodities very interesting, honestly, to trade. Okay. And then I want to the next thing I want to show you is on my okay. So let me bring it to this place, and so you have those currency pairs. Okay, those currency pair. Well, if I take you to those currency pairs, let me quickly show you the major currency pair that I wanted to focus on. Just my own personal opinion, and then major currency pairs I wanted to focus on, and then this is Euro USD, okay, and then you have the USD JPY, you have the USD JPY, then you have the GBP USD. Then we have the AUD USD, Australian dollar versus USD. Then we have the New Zealand dollar versus USD. You have the USD CHF. All of these, for example, they are all the currency are always in pair. Like I was explaining to you yesterday. This is euro. Then this is United States dollar. Okay, United States dollar. And this is how they go. They go like this. Okay, you have the most popular. You have the symbol, you have the country, you have the currency, you have the nickname. Now, when you see USD, when you see a currency, written like this, the first two words, usually, not in all the cases, the first two letters represent the country, the third letter represent the currency of that country. So when you have USD, that United States, then dollar, euro is euro. I don't know, those ones, that's an exception to the rules. Euro is euro, Then we have the JPY. JP is represent Japan, Then the Y there represent the yen, which is the name of the currency. You have GBP, Great British Pound. The first two letters represent the country, Great Britain. Then the last letter represent the currency of that country. Just like you have NGN, Nigerian Naira. You have GHC, Ghana Cedis, and like that. So you have CHF, Switzerland franc. The name of the currency is franc. The name of the country is Switzerland. Then you have CAD, card. That's Canadian. CA represent Canada, and the D represent the dollar. AUD, AU represent the Australia, and then the D represent the dollar, the currency of that country, which is dollar. They have NZD, you have New Zealand, NZ, New Zealand, and the last word D they represent the currency of that country. Now let's come back to this place. So we have Euro USD. These are the currency pair I want you to focus your attention on, okay? That you can master if you're going to trade currency. The 7 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 of them. Euro USD, USD JPY, GBP USD, AUD USD, NZD USD, USD CHF, USD CAD. All of them has USD in the pair, okay? And I'm going to be showing that to you in a moment. So you have to, and if you're going to trade metal, I want to recommend that you look into gold and silver. You're going to be trading energy. I recommend US oil, US oil, US oil, and then UK oil is also good. That's what they call Brent oil. US oil. Then as for indices, is the one I can recommend for you is the Nasdaq, the Dow Jones, and the S&P 500. The Nasdaq USA 100. Some broker we have it US 100. Some we have it USA 100. Then the Dow Jones USA 30. I love USA 30. I love these two of them because they trend a lot. They trend. You can make a massive money. You can make a hell lot of money from these indices. They are remarkable. They are amazing. And then if I'm going to add something to eat, let me see. Let me see if I can add something to it. So if I'm going to add something like crypto, if I'm going to add crypto to it, I'm going to add crypto to it, and my suggestion will be crypto will be my suggestion will be BTC USD, and then Solana USD. Some people also trade ETH, that's Ethereum USD. Just get familiarized yourself with some of these things and make a choice. Now, and after you have just master all of them, just not really master all of them, just go through them, get familiar with them, play around them, and then by the time I teach you strategy, you now work, you pick them, you back test them, you demo test them, then you forward test them a little bit, and then you see the one that actually suits your personality. So, and as you fellowship with a lot of them, a time should come that you just narrow down maybe to one or two. I'm exposing you to many of them, but I'm not saying you start trading all of them. You learn, you narrow up till you can pick maybe just only one or two, okay? And because each of them represent, look at Euro USD. This is the combination of two greatest economy in the world, the Euro, the US, two greatest economy in the world. And when you trade any of these, the reason I mark out this one, these are the top 7 most, volatile, and they have the highest liquidity in the market. And look at what I wrote under it. Together, these 7 account for over 70% of the total turnover of the forex market. These 7 account for over 70%. And what does that mean? And yesterday I was telling you that the forex market has a turnover of over 9.6 trillion US dollar every 24 hours. It therefore means that these 7 guys account for 70%, which is about 6.72 trillion every day within 24 hours. That means that market will move fast in it will move fast in the direction that it is facing per time. It will not just be consolidating and be moving gradually, when you trade them, they have volatility. They will move fast. They will move in that direction. They will, there's liquidity in the market. Okay, they account for 70% of total turnover in the forex market. These 7 of them. So look at them, and then when you pick any of them to trade, you need to understand the timing. You need to understand, because you understand that the people that put liquidity in the market, like I taught you yesterday. Can you still remember? I taught you who trade forex and why. I talked about that the central bank trade forex, and then the commercial bank trade forex, and then the corporate organization trade for it, then you and I are retail trader. And I said this to say to yourself, I am a retail trader, therefore trend is my friend. And what do I mean by it is now the thing will start making sense to you now when I say banks trade forex. Now, if you want to trade this one, especially as a day trader, you need to understand when the banks of those countries open. The session, when their bank open, what time is their own 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. when the bank opens? What is their own 7 a.m.? What is their own 8 a.m.? Those are critical times. And that's why we have London session, New York session, Asian session. For example, USD this currency, USD you should trade it less during London session. It's not necessary to trade it on London session. It's better traded in New York session or in Tokyo session. So left to me, because this is one of the currency pairs I trade. I trade this currency around 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. Nigerian time, and then from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Nigerian time as a day trader, if I'm doing day trading. But if I'm doing swing trading, when I enter here, I just leave it there. You see, I've traded this before that I traded for 3 weeks. I'm just following the trend for 3 weeks. But if you are day trading, you need to understand the time, you need to understand the session, you need to understand the what part of the country, or what part of the world, their timing, their session. You need to understand them very, very well for you to be able to catch a lot of pips, within the time, within the working hour, before the day trader close their trade and get out of the place, get out of the market. Okay. And so we have this, like I explained earlier. Then look at this, very, very, very important. This is a pie chart, and it represents the power of each of the major currencies, and in fact all the currencies put together. This is USD, United States dollar. This is euro. This is Japanese yen. This is pound sterling. These four, okay, account for more than 70% of the volume of money traded in the forex market. And so it means, therefore, if you are considering instrument to trade, you should consider a pair that has USD in it, whether as a base currency or as a quote currency. You should consider USD. So you see things like GBP USD, even gold. Gold is good. We are trading gold versus USD. XAU USD. XAU is the chemical formula for gold. If you did chemistry in secondary school, XAU. Then we have XAG, 20 element, hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, so, like that, chlorine and the like. So gold in the, gold in as an element, okay, has the chemical formula is XAU. So when you trade it versus USD, you're trading gold versus USD. So when you have a pair that has USD in it, whether as base currency or as quote currency, it always have liquidity. So take note of that. Then you have the euro. Euro also have high liquidity. Then we have the pound sterling. Then we have the Japanese yen. This for anything, like for example, USD, the USD JPY that I told you I trade is this versus this. This JPY versus USD. Then if you trade Euro USD, that you are combining this euro, there's always liquidity. This combination is crazy. Euro USD is crazy, and then you have the GBP USD. So when you are choosing currency pairs to trade, make sure it's between pounds, Japanese yen, euro, and USD. Don't try to, some other ones, they have liquidity too, but they're very, very small. Why? Because these four currencies are the topmost four economy in the world, and a currency represents the economy. For example, now it shows to you that USD is the most powerful currency in the world. USD, United States dollar, is the most powerful currency in the world. It is not the most expensive, no, because euro is more expensive than USD. Then pound is more expensive than USD, but USD is more powerful than any currency in the world. Or like currently when you're making a choice of what to trade, if you are contemplating on trading currency pair, make sure that USD is part of that currency. It has liquidity. It gives you a strong liquidity. Okay, so you have those currencies, written as this: Euro USD, USD, Euro ZAR, ZAR, ZAR. That's South African rand. I don't know how they came across Z though. I don't know what Z they're looking for, but let's just accept it like that. That's Euro ZAR. That's Euro versus South African rand. Then you have GBP AUD, Great British Pound versus Australian dollar, GBP CAD. Great British Pound versus Canadian dollar, GBP CHF, Great British Pound versus Swiss franc, then GBP JPY, Great British Pound versus Japanese yen, GBP NZD, Great British Pound versus New Zealand dollar, and like that. We also have NGN, USD NGN, United States dollar versus Nigerian naira. And I have them like that, like that, like that, and like that. So this is how this is written. The one on your left is called the base currency. The one on your right is called the quote currency. The one on your left is called the base currency. The one on your right is called the quote currency. So we are using the one on the right to quote the one on your left. Okay? Using the one on your left, on your right to quote the one on your left. The emphasis is always on the one on your left. If I'm buying Euro USD now, it means I'm buying Euro, I'm selling the USD. So I'm using the USD, I'm selling off my USD so that I can buy more Euro. If I'm selling Euro USD, the emphasis is still on Euro. I'm selling Euro to buy USD. I'm selling Euro. If I'm selling Euro now, if I'm selling Euro USD, I'm selling Euro to buy USD. And that means if I find that the economy of Euro is going to appreciate over the economy of America, I'm going to be buying Euro. When I'm buying Euro, that means I'm investing more in the economy of the Euro. I'm selling my investment in my economy of the United States of America, and then I'm investing in Euro. The opposite is also the same. If I'm selling Euro USD, that means I'm selling off my Euro to invest in United States dollar. That's how it works. That's how it works. Okay. So in the next class now, we'll be looking at trading platforms, we'll look at candlesticks, we'll look at pips and lot size, risk to reward ratio, take profit, stop loss, and all of these are, are the things we're going to be considering in the next class. And I'm going to be going deeper. Now we're getting deeper now. We're still laying foundation, because I don't want it to just be somebody that all that he knows about trading forex is that he has watched a YouTube video on YouTube, and then they taught him a strategy there, and then he began to just place a buy and place a sell. Those are gamblers. They don't really have understanding of some of these things. They don't know that when you are trading, you must be current. You must know what is going on in the world. Sometime before, like for example, now before the price of fuel goes up, you know, even in Nigeria here, I already know on my chart that our price of fuel will soon go up. I already seen it, because the market are still selling the one that they have with them, and something has already happened to the dollar over there. See, you just get current. It's a different thing entirely. It's a different thing entirely. When you pick up a newspaper, you have interest in different part of the newspaper. When you watch news, you are not taking you are taking cognizance of the things that affect the economy of the country, and how they can affect your chart, how they can affect your income. Okay, look at something that happened. I think sometime last year, when Trump escaped the assassination, and then just a moment after, Elon Musk declared full support for Donald Trump. And what do you think happened? The moment I heard that statement, I know Tesla will jump up. In fact, that was when I bought Tesla. I know Tesla would jump up. All of a sudden, in 24 hours, right, in 72 hours, Tesla jumped up. So it's not just clicking buying and selling. There are knowledge behind what we are doing in this place. So I want to give you a very strong foundation. That's why I'm taking out time. I've not started to, okay, let's do this, what you look for, you want to buy now. I'm setting a very strong foundation. And tomorrow we're going to be going deeper. We're going to be going very much deeper tomorrow. So make sure you watch this video again and again. If you have questions, drop it on the WhatsApp group or drop it in the DM